Nvidia holds 75% of the GPU market, followed by AMD with just 15%. What's more surprising is that Intel right now doesn't even have any discrete gaming graphics card and is still maintaining its 9% share just by its integrated graphics. So what will happen when Intel launches its high-performance gaming GPUs next year? And that too for every kind of budget. The recent info leak signals Intel becoming possibly a high shareholder in the GPU market. While the reports of Intel's Xe-based graphics cards are not new, we know it for sure that Intel is also aiming for that sweet spot 1080p gaming performance. However, according to the new reports from Moore's Law is dead, Intel is actually targeting almost every price range, which means it is launching its GPUs to compete with almost every AMD and Nvidia graphics card. While the RTX 3090 is still out of reach for Intel, giving a 3070 equivalent performance still falls under high-end gaming experience. Tom has shared a good amount of info on the Xe-based Alchemist DG2 graphics cards that include the 5 desktop SKUs. These SKUs range from 96 up to 512 execution units. According to his very high confident reports, these graphics cards will compete with the Nvidia and AMD's entry-level graphics cards such as the RTX 3050 all the way up to RTX 3070 Ti. The slowest desktop GPU, which is the 128EU, will feature 6GB of VRAM and will go head-to-head with the RTX 3050 or AMD's RX 6500 XT. While we don't know the performance of the RTX 3050, the 128EU is said to be a little slower than the GTX 1650 according to a leaker on Twitter named APSAC. However, I do believe that RTX 3050 is going to be faster than the GTX 1650, and the same goes for 128EU. Meanwhile, for those who want no compromise 1080p gaming performance can opt for the 384EU and above, which are going to compete with the RTX 3060 and higher. As APSAC also compared the 448EU graphics card from Intel to the RTX 3070, it means that the 512EU should be a little faster than the 3070. Good thing is that Intel is not doing it at the cost of higher power consumption. Tom is very confident about the TDP of Intel's DG2 GPUs and says that 512EU will consume around 225 watts on desktop, while its laptop version will be much more power efficient. This trend goes the same for all the other DG2 graphics cards, and it does match with the AMD and Nvidia's current gen graphics cards power consumption. While we don't know if the gaming dedicated DG2 graphics cards will cost lower or higher than the Nvidia and AMD counterparts, Tom does claim with some confidence that the DG2 workstation GPUs are going to be 10% cheaper and 10% faster than the Nvidia workstation GPUs. That said, Intel has planned the production of these graphics cards in Q1 of 2022, and we can expect these cards to hit the market by the start of the second quarter. This is the time when we can actually see if this affects the availability and pricing of graphics cards or not. And just as I mentioned earlier, millions of gamers are still gaming on integrated graphics. But with the AMD's Ryzen 6000 series Rambent APUs, this is going to change forever. If you haven't seen my previous video, then definitely check it out because it gives an insight on how much you can actually expect from Rambent APUs. So to stay updated with Intel's DG2 graphics cards as well as the other latest PC hardware, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.